The bite still sears. Lily bolts up, sweat soaking her sheets, zombies tearing through her brother's throat. Mom's last push, Dad's gurgled scream. Memories like shards in her skull. She stumbles to the yard where her brother kneels, brushing dirt off a metal ring. We dug it up yesterday, he says. Mom's hands shake as she grips Lily's arm. Dad's jaw tightens. 30 days till the virus hits Grandpa's cellar. It's a tomb for the living, and this time they're not running after Grandpa passed away. The only inheritance he left Dad was a hidden bunker. Normally Dad used it as a cellar to store food. When the apocalypse came and zombies broke out, this bunker became the strongest fortress for our family. My eyes flew open. I sat up from the bed. In a flash, the pain still lingering on my body, the searing agony of flesh being torn off by teeth. It hurt too much. I didn't have time to dwell on the memories. I scrambled out of bed, didn't even bother putting on shoes, and ran to find my parents. Mom, Dad, and my brother weren't home. Panicked, I tried calling them, but no one answered. Just as I was at a loss, my phone rang. It was Dad. Lily. Dad's voice came through. I couldn't hold back, bursting into tears, trembling too hard to speak a word. Lily, listen to me, Dad said urgently. I'm out shopping, and I'll be back soon. Don't cry, we'll be there in a minute. I nodded, collapsing onto the sofa, tears still streaming. The memories from my past life were vivid. We'd been thrown out of our house by a group of looters. When the zombies swarmed, Mom and Dad had stood in front of us to lure them away, letting us run. But even then, my brother and I died. There were too many zombies. We didn't stand a chance. We'd been cooped up at home for half a year, barely moving. How could we outrun zombies? Even though rural homes had some supplies, mostly rice, our family of 4 had long since run low on nutrition. We'd survived 6 months on scraps, rice, oil, a little salted meat ration daily, but no vegetables. The meat had run out. Early on, those looters had stolen our house just for the solar panels on the roof. Electricity had died in the first month. Many houses had wood-burning stoves, but firewood was scarce. Where would you find it in the apocalypse? I used to think zombies were the scariest thing in the end times, but the truth is human greed is far worse. Just then I heard a car outside. Mom and Dad were back. I jumped up. My brother got out to open the gate, and Dad drove the van in. As soon as the van was through, my brother slammed the gate shut. Lily, we're back. My brother's voice trembled for some reason. Mom and Dad climbed out, and I ran into Mom's arms, tears pouring. She held me tight. Dad's eyes were red beside us. My brother, choking up, led us into the living room. As soon as we sat down, I blurted out, Mom, Dad, you have to listen. A zombie virus will break out in a month. We need to stock up on supplies now. I knew they might not believe me, but I couldn't hoard enough on my own. They exchanged a look. Lily, we're reborn too, my brother said. I froze. They'd been reborn a day earlier. No wonder Dad's eyes had been red. Mom had held me so tightly. With that, we could skip the disbelief and start planning. Only a month left. We need to reinforce the gate, raise the fences, no more letting people take advantage. I fumed. No, Dad said, standing up and pulling me toward the back door. Our house backed onto the Appalachian Mountains. Dad led us to a patch of land near the rock face. Fumbled in the dirt, lifted a metal ring and pulled, revealing a staircase. Stunned, I followed Dad down. Mom and brother didn't look surprised. Dad must have shown them already. Descending the stairs, I gasped. The space below was huge. Your grandpa dug this, Dad said. You know, he was jumpy after all he saw in the wars. He lived alone here for years, digging away. He was a loner, so no one in Greenwood Village knew. When he got sick, he told me about it. I used it as a cellar. Can people live here? I asked. Your grandpa had me install lights after you kids left for college. Your mom and I fixed it up more, Dad said, opening a door to a simple bed. We even stayed here in summer to avoid using AC. But the power will go out a week after the outbreak, I said. Solar panels down here. Dad scratched his head. We wired it. What about ventilation? We might get poisoned. I pressed ventilation systems, and we dug a channel. There's a stream running through, he said, leading me further. It was incredible. Lights lit the way, dim, but enough, and soon we reached a small stream. Greenwood Village was remote. Most young people had left, so the initial zombie outbreak barely touched us. Trouble came later, when people fled the cities, their supplies exhausted, and swarmed in. Last time the apocalypse hit so fast we forgot about the bunker. This time we'd survive. Together we'll make it, Mom said. Let's list supplies. Time's short, I urged. That day we hit the grain store, buying 220-pound bags of rice, hauling some back. We'll reinforce the gate later, Dad said, but first we moved the rice down to the bunker. Mom lined a room with planks and cardboard to keep it dry while my brother and I carted bags down. We had to be secretive. Our house was on the edge of the village, so no one saw us coming and going. Dad called the solar panel supplier. We already had some on the roof, so adding more wouldn't raise suspicion. Village powers Spotty, he told curious neighbors, which wasn't a lie, my brother. And I hit the town supermarket. We're opening a BB. I told the clerk, loading up on toilet paper, towels, toothbrushes, soap. We made trips stockpiling toiletries, clothes, underwear. We'd been teachers before the apocalypse, home for summer break. Lucky, because if we'd been at school we'd have died on day one. The bunker was spacious, but filling it felt endless. My brother stacked pickles, dried goods, spices on shelves Dad had built. Tomorrow everyone shops. We've got a pickup truck. We'll move till it's full, Dad said. Next day I drove to the city, haunted by the memory of being bitten. I bought heavy work boots, thick rubber sheets, then books. All kinds. I ordered 2 treadmills. They doubled as generators. Delivery in a week, to be picked up in town, not delivered. Dad fetched the rest of the rice. My brother brought cases of instant noodles. Mom surprised us with rabbits and chickens. Safe in the bunker, no noise escaping. Fresh meat. Eggs, she said. I bought 50 pounds each of cured ham and sausage, telling the butcher, office party, and had them vacuum sealed. More cured poultry, frozen seafood, buns, steamed bread. Then I panicked. No freezer in the bunker. I rushed home, arranging to pick up the cured meats tomorrow. By nightfall, smoke curled from village chimneys, but our house was a hive of activity. Dad and brother hauled yard supplies to the bunker. Mom wrapped blankets around 3 large freezers from the appliance factory. Delivered tonight, she explained. As we moved them down, we collapsed at midnight. Mom made a quick meal, and I fell asleep instantly. 2 days in, we were exhausted. And we had 28 left. Next morning, 8 a.m., we were up. I fetched the cured meats. My brother picked up bottled water. Dad stayed installing surveillance cameras inside, outside. Before the installer arrived, Mom covered the yard supplies with tarps, no questions. My brother bought drones, walkie-talkies, just in case, he said. We kept at it, moved till the bunker was packed. We've got more than the supermarket, Mom joked. 2 weeks and we noticed no phone signal in the bunker, so we bought radios, cameras, recorded audio. We could monitor outside. Village gossip started. What are the Millers up to? We cut back on trips. Dad expanded the bunker, digging a dry toilet toward the stream. 3 freezers full. We added hundreds of pounds of starchy veggies, potatoes, carrots. Stored in a low ventilation room. We hit every pharmacy buying meds. Priceless in the apocalypse. Dad installed a water filter. We bought 20 crates of water purification tablets, charcoal batteries, charged and stored. Backup if solar failed. A drone flight revealed the stream entrance to the bunker could be expanded, letting the toilet vent. No one'll find this. These mountains are endless, Dad said, cutting a small window camouflaged with branches. The drone confirmed it was invisible. Each night we inventoried supplies, checking for gaps. Dad rigged a signal booster in a tree near the bunker entrance. Suddenly we had service. We bought USB drives loaded with movies, shows, even old Super Bowls. Mom got seeds, grow lights. No sun, but these work, she said after Googling fruit cans. No room for trees. Multivitamins, 10 cases of powdered milk. Nutrition matters, she insisted. 5 days left. We stayed home. Butterfly effect. We can't risk it, Dad said. We posted vague warnings online. Pandemic rumors. Stock up, stay home. Called relatives. COVID's back. Stock supplies. Who knew if they'd listen? Then I saw a video. A man in downtown, veins purple, tearing into a woman, chewing flesh. Rabies, comments said, but his eyes were empty. 4 or 5 people struggled to hold him. 3 days early, my brother said, noting the buildings. Time to move to the bunker. We grabbed our last bags. Dad locked the house, covered furniture with sheets, parked the pickup by the bunker, punctured a tire, looked abandoned. Then we descended, locked the entrance, and bricked it up. Bunker life began. Mom cooked simple meals, low smoke, low smell. She said we took shifts, monitoring cameras. Mom and Dad by day, me midnight to 4 a.m., my brother 4 to 8 a.m. A week past the mountains, kept strangers away. Just like last time, villagers had grain cellars, gardens. They'd last longer than city folk, but as Dad said, in the end people are scarier than zombies. One morning Dad called us over. Look, the camera by the fence showed a motorcycle, dust-covered, a man riding. Mr. Wilson's place, Dad said. The man sped into Mr. Wilson's yard. The gate slammed. Must be his no-good son Jake, Dad said. Always stealing, gambling. Cleaned Mr. Wilson out. He hadn't been in the looting group last time. Trouble, I said. Mr. Wilson's poor. Jake's desperate. My brother rewound the footage. He's hurt. Arms bleeding purple, infected. I whispered. The first village zombie brought by him. Villagers hadn't taken the stay home warnings seriously. Some garden windows open, then screams. Mr. Wilson burst out, clutching his neck, blood everywhere. Jake stumbled after him, face lifeless, gait unnatural. We froze. Mr. Wilson ran to Mr. Thompson's Elderly couple Mrs. Thompson in a wheelchair, no answer. He broke into the next house. The Stevens family's there, Mom said, crying. Daughters-in-laws stayed after the party stuck. When the village locked down, chaos. The Stevens door flew open, people fleeing, bitten, those bitten convulsed, turning. 24 new zombies plus Jake, 25 total. We lost our appetites, picking at our food, before returning to the screens. Villagers shut curtains, zombies wandered aimless. 25. I noted my brother went to rest. He had the night shift last time we died at 6 months, when city refugees swarmed bringing more zombies. This time our house was empty. Looters would find nothing. Mom had even picked all our garden veggies, not a scrap for them. Another quiet week. Zombies barely moved when no one was around. Drones spotted cars on the mountain road, dried blood on some. Then a month and I was on night shift eating instant noodles when a face appeared at our window. Bob, our neighbor. His wife was in the city with their son's family, so he was alone. He climbed our fence, saw darkness, climbed down, and snuck into the Thompsons. Now just the kid left with Grandma. We heard Grandma's screams, the child's cries. Zombies perked up, swarming. 25 zombies versus a wooden door. No contest. 3 more dead, 3 more zombies. I put down my noodles, fighting nausea. Then the village went dark, power dead, phones died, our cameras worked without internet, but silence fell. Mom's chickens started laying. Dad had lined the walls with soundproofing. No clucks escaped. Her seed trays sprouted green shoots, fresh veggies in 2 weeks. Solar power kept the bunker running. 3rd month. Colder. Zombies slowed some villagers, lit candles, small, risky. We were safe, supplies untouched, chickens laying. Then a green military truck rolled in, men with guns shot the 28 zombies. A woman stepped out, megaphone in hand. We're here to evacuate you to safety. Gather your supplies, line up. Last time no one came, Dad said. Wait, 1 truck for evacuations, my brother scoffed. 7 people visible. Where do evacuees sit? Looters, I said. A few villagers emerged clutching bags. Mostly elders. They're stealing. Our drone blared, flying over. A bearded man shot it down. The crowd scattered. The looters opened fire, killing them, grabbing supplies. Waste of bullets. One muttered, our drone, from Mike's place. Dad said, voice breaking. Mike, his best friend, had died saving Dad at a construction site years ago. His son, Jason, he's home. Jason and I grew up together. We can't help, I said. We're no fighters. But we launched a drone. Next village had 5,060 zombies. Lure them here. Use up their ammo, my brother said. Then save Jason, Mom groaned. My chickens. But Dad was already moving. We unbricked the entrance. Mom killed a chicken, tied it to the drone. I flew it toward the next village. Zombies swarmed, following the blood. Sent the looters ransacking houses. Didn't notice the drone neared. Their leader shot it down. Who's doing this? The bearded man yelled, zombies. The woman screamed, ducking. They fired, but they'd used most ammo on the initial 28. 2 were empty. Run to the truck. Their driver, smoking by the door, was torn apart. The woman was pushed into the horde. 3 reached the truck. Zombies pulled them in. Now, I said, Jason's house. There's a hidden closet by the 2nd floor windows. We played hide and seek there. I'll go, I said. Dad protested, but I insisted. I know the house. 2 minutes. My brother flew a drone to lure zombies away. I waited by the bunker entrance. Dad lifted the cover. I sprinted to Jason's, fished a key from the door frame. We'd hidden it as kids, and burst in. Jason, it's Lily. Let's go, I yelled at the closet. The door flew open. He followed me, whispering, how? Later. Zombies are distracted, but not for long. He stopped. Wait. He ran back, returning with a bag, and we raced to the bunker. Dad pulled us in, rebricking the entrance. Yuri alive, Jason said, crying. Dad clapped him on the back. When'd you get back? 3 days before the outbreak. Mom wanted me to check on the house then. I couldn't leave, he said. Stay with us, Dad said. We've got enough. Jason tried to refuse, but I said, your house is empty. You'd starve in 3 days. He relented. I'll work. Whatever you need. 5 of us now. We adjusted shifts, Dad and Mom, by day. Us 3 at night. Mom focused on her garden animals. Life felt manageable. What's in the bag? I asked. Jason opened it. Guns, bullets. From the looters. Didn't want them lying around. My brother retrieved the drone, lured zombies to the highway, and I got the chicken back. He said. Mom grinned. Chicken soup tonight. We ate simply at noon. Mom promised a feast for Jason's arrival, then back to rations. No one knows how long this lasts, she said. I ran on the treadmill generator for an hour. Staying strong mattered. That night Mom made dumplings. We'd stocked flour after all. Chicken soup, a stew. Jason washed dishes. I heated water for Dad and Mom. Feet cold's coming. Doctor says it helps, I said. Jason toured the bunker. Then I warned him No soft hearts, not here. He nodded. He pulled out a small radio. Bought it for the apocalypse, he said, tuning it static. Maybe soon, Dad said. We'll be the first to beat this. I said. We all agreed. Days fell into routine. Dad and Mom up at 6, Mom tending animals, us on night shifts. Villagers snuck out to garden occasionally. 6 months in. The date we died last time, this time we thrived. Mom watched downloaded shows. Dad studied electrical manuals. My brother played games. Jason worked tirelessly, earning Mom's scoldings for me and my brother lazy. Then Dad called, look, looters. On camera, fewer than last time, probably picked off elsewhere. The Millers have solar panels. One said he'd asked Dad about them. They've been holed up. Must have supplies. Knock. The village elder said, no answer. Climb the fence, it's low. We watched amused. They scaled the fence, searched, found dust. No one's lived here. The elder said, I saw them coming and going. Tarps in the yard. A thug insisted. Zombies broke out a week before. They're dead, the elder said, leaving. The thug followed. Grumbling, we'd spread extra dust. Choke. Dad had laughed. Just then 4 zombies wandered in. Drawn by the noise, the looters opened the gate. A zombie bit the elder's neck. Blood sprayed. The others fled inside, barricading the door. 2 down, 4 left. My brother counted. The elder rose. Now a zombie, 6 total. Karma, Mom said. Last time they'd killed us. This time they doomed themselves. The door flimsy, with glass panels shattered. 10 zombies roamed the village, occasionally slamming into doors. Endless. Dad sighed. Wonder what's happening in the cities. A year passed. Colder. Zombies move slower. The virus attacks the brain, but cold stiffens bodies. The radio finally crackled. The government hasn't abandoned us. Cities are damaged, but we're clearing zombies. Hope surged. One day a woman with short hair led 5 people in a modified SUV. They killed village zombies, with knives to the head. Solar panels there, she said. Driving to our house. Looks like a massacre. Be careful. Don't break anything, she ordered. They tested the solar power. Still working. And charged their gear. Chat revealed they were volunteers. She was a former boxer, others ex-military. Cleaning zombies, helping where we can, she said. That night we had hot pot in the bunker. Dared to. Now zombies were gone. They're good people, Mom said. Wish we could help. Dad glanced at our pot, then at the volunteers eating protein bars on camera. We sprang into action. Unbricked the entrance, loaded 2 boxes of MRE's rice, hot pot, and frozen dumplings onto the pickup. Jason wrote a note, tied it to a drone, and flew it into our house. The volunteers, tense, then read the note, following the drone to the truck. Thank you. One mouthed, hauling the supplies in. Tastes like Mom's dumplings, he said, tearing up. We'll clear more zombies tomorrow. Get home faster. No rest for the brave. Next morning, they cooked the dumplings, cleaned the pot, and left. Radio news. Zombies slow and cold. We'll clear them before spring. Hold on, we cried. Over a year of hardship, finally an end in sight. 3 months later, zombies eradicated, cities being sanitized. We've won. Military trucks rolled in, soldiers and medics going door to door. We emerged from the bunker crying in the sun. Medics gave us vaccines. Rebuilding began. My brother and I taught in the village school. Dad fixed electrical systems for damaged homes. Jason and Mom joined in. The apocalypse showed greed, but also kindness. Civilization rebuilt, and we walked with it.